Some narcissistic behaviours can be similar to those of people who are not narcissistic. It all depends on the intentions behind the behaviour. For example, gaslighting. When something never happened and someone's trying to tell you that it did, you can stand there and say, that never happened. With a narcissist, something will have happened and you will try and tell them that it happened and they will tell you that that never happened. When someone's hurt your feelings, you can potentially fall silent because you're not sure what to say. When a narcissist wants to punish you or didn't get their own way, they're going to fall silent on you. So we can act in narcissistic ways. However, the difference lays between the intentions behind the behaviour and the lead up to the behaviour. So when it comes to narcissistic people, there are several behaviours that show you are dealing with a narcissistic person. And this video is to explore a few of those behaviours. And one of the first things you'll find with a narcissistic person is any mistakes they make is never their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. They always find somebody else to blame. They always find a scapegoat to blame. Instead of working on their own inadequacies, their own insecurities, their own issues, they're going to point their inadequacies, insecurities and issues into those around them. They are going to create them into those around them so that they can point them out within everybody else, so that they don't have to deal with their own. And the less they deal with their own, the more they create insecurities and issues for those who are close to them. When it comes to a narcissistic person, it's usually their loved ones that fare far worse due to how a narcissistic person exploits people. Therefore, it is wise to avoid people who don't take responsibility for their behaviour, which is another sign you're dealing with a narcissistic person. They are never to blame. It's never their fault. It's never their problem. It's never their wrongdoing. Somebody else made them do it. If you hadn't, then I wouldn't. They will turn around and say, that's your problem, not mine. Go and deal with it. Anything except take responsibility. They will blame, shame, mock, humiliate all others rather than take any form of responsibility for themselves. They didn't succeed because somebody else took it away from them. They have suffered far worse than anybody else. And it's always somebody else's fault. If that didn't happen, then I would have been able to achieve this. They're that envious of others, they fail to recognise the suffering within others. They just use those who recognise the suffering within the narcissist to exploit those people for their compassion so that the narcissist can get their needs met by others. They don't understand the word no. Narcissistic people are some of the most self-entitled people you could ever meet. Therefore, say no to them, they take offence to this. They either see it as a challenge to get you to change your mind so that they believe they're in control over you, or they seek to punish you for daring to say no to them. Not only will they punish you, they will punish you, fail to take responsibility and blame you. A cheating narcissist is a prime example of this. If you just simply have to go to work to pay for the upkeep of the narcissist, and the narcissist feels like you're not giving them enough time and attention, they will go and get attention from elsewhere, denial knowledge. And then when they get caught out on their behaviour, they'll blame you for not giving them enough attention. If you'd have paid me more attention. They'll go all out to provoke feelings of jealousy within you so that they can claim to all those around you that you're the jealous one, you're the bitter one, you're the obsessed one, when what you're actually doing is just looking for answers, looking for closure, trying to process everything that's just happened to you. So they'll not take responsibility, yet they'll find a way to punish you. They don't want to admit fault, so they will lie and exaggerate things. However, they will lie about the small stuff. They will lie about things that don't even need lying about, just to make themselves look good. You can potentially take a toddler to go and learn to ride a bike, and the narcissist can show up for 2 minutes just as the child's learned and then say, oh, there's something on TV I want to watch, I'll be back in 10 minutes, and they'll disappear. And then you can be with a whole group of people and they will stand there telling the people how they helped a child learn to ride a bike, even though they only showed up for 2 minutes, and then completely ignored everyone because they're looking for that attention from those around them, and they're not interested because in their eyes, because they showed up briefly, they did everything. They are extremely petty people over the smallest of things. They will go all out to point out any mistakes that you make. Anything you do for them will not be good enough for them. It'll not be right by them. What you do right one day will be wrong the next day. They are some of the most pettiest people you could ever meet because they're looking to tear everybody else down to feel better about themselves. They're very hypocritical people, those double standards, where it's okay for them to treat you in a way that you are not allowed to treat them. They would not accept that behaviour from you, however they feel entitled to treat you in that way. Just like borrowing your things, when it comes to a narcissist, what's theirs is their own and what's yours is theirs. So they will happily borrow your things without even asking and then claim it was theirs. Yet if you go anywhere near anything of theirs, which is usually under lock and key, they get offended. They will ask to borrow your ladders and you will not get them back, or you'll get them back damaged. Yet if you want to borrow their watering can, you're not going anywhere near that because that's theirs. And it almost doesn't seem to, they don't seem to get it when you try to explain. They just, no, that's mine. Because they are all about themselves. They struggle to give you any form of direct answer. Narcissistic people find commitments a very big inconvenience. They also like to know something that you don't know. They also like to wind you up and frustrate you, if at all possible, get that reaction from you so that they can start blaming you for everything that's going wrong in your life. They're just not going to give you a direct answer, yet they're going to accuse you of being the one that's not willing to answer them. They will answer your question with a question and take you off topic and sabotage you any way they can, rather than give you a direct answer. They make everything about themselves. If they've done something and failed to take responsibility, they turn into the victim to get the sympathetic attention of how terribly somebody else has treated them. If somebody succeeds at something, they play the hero and take the credit. They make everything about themselves. And you might even hear one say, what about me? Because to a narcissist, it is all about them. They play the victim or the hero in whatever story they are telling to those around them, to sell people an illusion, a false belief of either just how amazing they are, just what an amazing person they are to be around, or just how hard done to they are, so that you show them that compassion and they get the attention that way. They will never be the villain because they won't admit to making a mistake. They will not take responsibility for their behaviour, and they will happily lie to avoid taking that responsibility. Any signs you notice, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.